Sir, we can wait 5 minutes. If anyone come, then okay. If not okay, then you can start, sir.
Okay, fine, great. So how are you doing, by the way? So we are meeting second time after a long time.
Yeah, sir. That your one class is we attended. Hello.
We are hearing a background noise, by the way. Can you just come little away from the
Yeah,
mic?
background. Hello.
So Jyoti, can you just quickly check if others are coming, others are joining the session, or shall we start? Hello, Jyoti. Hello, Jyoti. Hello. Jyoti, can you hear me? Jyoti, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me, Jyoti? I think we will go ahead with the class. And what I wanted to discuss today is with regard to the subject called people skills. So when we speak of people skills, uh, this actually pertains to the skills which are to be acquired by the people while working for any of the organization. So these skills help us in day-to-day interaction at office or the things like that. So for smooth functioning of the stuff in the office, so we need to acquire some certain soft skills, so which we actually call as people skills. Jyoti, am I audible? Can you please confirm by typing in the chat window? Hello? Jyoti, if I'm audible, can you please say yes or no in the chat window? Hello, Jyoti. Jyoti, please confirm if I'm audible so that I can continue. Hello. Am I audible? Am I audible now? Hello. 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 I'm still not audible. So in that case, I will continue and you can listen to the recording. So my main agenda of this people skills class was to discuss those soft skills which are to be acquired by every uh, employee working for a given organization. So in the agenda, I'll be discussing typically the issues which are actually roadblocks to, the good people skills. Uh, Typically, these are like, employee absenteeism, why typically employees tend to abstain from going to office, employee misbehavior, why employees misbehave. Third thing I would like to discuss is handling deadlocks. And the fourth thing is with regard to work culture in any organization. Uh, Work culture varies from one organization to second organization, but by and large, in most of the companies, the work culture is predominantly the same. So, which has focuses on a perfect professionalist world. So, where each and every individual and their counterparts, which we call them as colleagues, so they talk to each other in a very professional way so as to achieve the company's goals and the company's targets. So finally, we'll ponder upon the challenges which are in the way of having a perfect work culture in any organization. So typically, when you speak of or when you say of employee absenteeism, so this typically arises because of various reasons while working for any office. So employees tend to abstain from mm, tend to abstain for coming to office because of various things or various reasons. Typically, the reasons are categorized into two categories. So there may be some legitimate reasons like illness, personal issues, long-term leaves or study leaves. So illness, if it is a long-term illness, so that defines to be a very valid reason why employees tend to abstain. Second thing, it can be some personal issues. So when you say of the personal issues, so these can be like uh, child care issues or an employee might be suffering from some financial worries. So maybe he is working somewhere else parallelly, which typically any organization uh, does not allow to do. There can be some marital concerns. So maybe you are having some marital discord or marital disharmony. And it also adds to, the reason. So because of which the employee tends to stay away from office. So apart from this, sometimes an employee is overloaded. So we term it as an excessive workload. And when an employee is overloaded, he will definitely shy away while going to office. And in that case, it appears to be that a particular organization for which he is working, since he's overloaded there, it concludes to that probably that is not a best organization for him to work for. Sometimes there is a stress, there are some problems in a given project and you are not able to handle the project properly because there are some problems coming in and you are not in a position to find out the efficient solutions for those problems, as a consequence of which you tend to get stressed, and this stress leads to health problems, and which becomes the valid reason because of which the employee doesn't go to office. So there can be one more reason which can be, you know, one of the primary reasons which lead to absenteeism from office. So this can be related to, you know, transportation. So let us suppose a person is staying at a location which is, let's say, some 60-70 kilometers away from his place of work. Then most of the times he will try to abstain from office because of the problems, which can be because of the distances as I cited, or there can be poor transportation at the workplace. So there can be two things in this case: either office is not providing adequate transportation, or the means of public transport in the around the work area are also not adequate. So these two reasons, or these two things also act as a catalyst for a person who is mostly absent from the workplace. One primary reason, which is sometimes, you know, invisible, but you know, it adds to employee absenteeism, so that is problems in the leadership. So when you say problems in the leadership, so so this means that, so leadership probably is lacking a vision for the organization, or whatever the work is assigned to you, that is not in sync to the company's vision or the company's goal or the company's project. So inadequate leadership, imbibes lack of confidence and lack of morale in employees, employees' minds. So since employees' morale is of prime importance when you work for an organization, and employee with, low morale at a workplace will not give you 100% output. So if that is the case, then the company's goals will not be met, number one, and employee will shy away while coming to office. And so this means that leadership should be strong, leadership should have clear goals, clear vision, and clear project goals as well. If that is lagging, it will also add to all these things. Finally, there can be another reason. Let's say you are a team of 10 employees or 10 engineers and you are having a project leader there. And project leader does not heed to your problems. He does not discuss with you or does not take feedback from you with regard to your work, with regard to the problems you're facing at work, and he is inefficient in providing you the solutions. So in that case, the team harmony is lost, and loss in team harmony again leads to low employee morale and eventual job dissatisfaction, leading to boredom at office, and the employee uh, tries to be absent from the office, or gives 50% of his effort to the work for which is assigned, and eventually leading to employee absenteeism. So as we discussed out various reasons which are related to employee absenteeism, uh, so these reasons, also affect to the company in some sense, and the company starts losing its profitability. So this means that, so the people skills, so as we are starting the course, So people skills, the first thing is must imbibe must be imbibed in an employee at the highest positive sense or positive note, so that employee is able to devote cent% of his effort and dedication for execution of the tasks he is assigned to. So these were the legitimate reasons. In the slides I have written just 4, but as we start discussing, so we found out around 10 reasons which are legitimate enough, uh, leading to employee absenteeism at workplace. The second category of reasons, which we term as illegitimate reasons, so typically these are like breach of contract. So second can be the poor performance. Third can be the workplace conflicts. Fourth can be the infrastructure issues at office. And fifth can be the job satisfaction. So breach of contract, what do you mean by this? So breach of contract means, whenever you get a job at a particular workplace, so the employer gives you a job offer. So job offer is nothing but a contract which is offered by the employer to the employee. So offerer shows an intent in the contract to be offered to the employee, and this makes a definite offer to be given to the employee, and eventually this offer is communicated to the employee or the offeree, because at this point it is definitely the offeree. And let's say, for example, he says that I will pay you $50 an hour to edit my book on some sewing techniques. So this is some Mesoamerican sewing techniques. And once this offer is given to the offeree, so the offeree, if he has an intent to accept the offer, then he will communicate his intent to by accepting the proper by proper means. So when we say by proper means, this means that he may accept the offer by email or by signing the hard copy of the offer and giving it back to the offerer, or some other means, whatever it may be, and states acceptance that mirrors the terms of the offer. So this means that whatever the terms and conditions are written in the offer, he is accepting, and he will say that I will take the editing job, and I will be getting $50 as a remuneration. So when such contractual agreement is breached, so since this is a sin in the professional world, so and definitely it's illegal. So when it is illegal, contract is breached, and employee has done a crime, since it's illegal, he will not come to office. So that is why this reason of employee absenteeism comes under the illegitimate category. Next can be the poor performance. So again, coming to this example of this contractual agreement, and let's say the employee was assigned the responsibility of editing a book. So this Mesoamerican sewing techniques. Now let's say he has done a lot of mistakes in editing. So this leads to eventual poor performance, and when the performance is poor, employee will have a feeling that he is not working as expected in the contractual agreement. So since he is not working as expected in the contractual agreement, his performance is degrading, and he will start abstaining from the office. So hence poor performance is again, a primary reason. Definitely it is illegitimate because it has violated the contractual expectations, and but it leads to absenteeism. Third reason is definitely workplace conflicts. So you're a team, and let's say a team of 10 people, and all the people don't understand each other either personally or professionally. So what is the result? What is the conclusion? The conclusion is there will be conflicts. There will be small tips. So when these things happen or regularly and rapidly, then it arouses irritation and frustration. And to get away from these problems, which is irritation and frustration, employee starts abstaining from office. And this is a slide like poor performance. So poor performance can be because of he's inefficient or motivation, no motivation, or he's overloaded. So these can be the reasons for poor performance. And poor performance really leads to absenteeism, and because when you're not performing well, then you have a fear of getting reviewed, and when you are reviewed badly, so everyone feels bad. And again, improper office collaboration may also aid in poor performance. Other teammates are not helping you. You're not. Then in that case, you are not performing properly, and when you are not performing properly, so employee absenteeism will come into picture. So I was discussing about workplace conflicts. So they also lead to absenteeism. So workplace conflict, what do you mean by this? So it is defined as two or more people having opposing views on the same issue. So let us say you have to design a circuit. So there are multiple ways of designing a circuit. So a person A will say that the way one is the best way. The person two will say the way two is the best way. But they are the employees and working as a team. Since they are not in agreement, it will lead to conflict. So so this means that as an eventual consequence, both the employees start disliking each other, and which actually ultimately affects the team spirit. Or in some cases, it so happens that conflicts can also be caused by failure to communicate or miscommunication. So miscommunication sometimes are the mostly occurring means which lead to conflicts. So reasons can be many. So one reason can be definitely I'm saying you something, you are not listening properly, and you listened 50% of what I said, and 50% you simply ignored. So now you have the half knowledge, so which is leading to miscommunication, or I'm so fast you are not able to catch. So such minor things lead to misunderstandings, and when it leads to such misunderstandings, it gives rise to conflicts. And when such conflicts start happening, you know, the productivity loss is an eventual consequence which comes into picture. So in order to, avoid such workplace conflicts, so what we need to do actually, so first of all, we have to be soft, we have to be to the point, we have to be, respectful of the rights of each other while working as a team in an organization. We have to understand our duties with regard to what is assigned to us. We have to be to the point, precise, concise, and crystal clear while communicating. And there are cases when sometimes the communication skills of an employee are not good, or sometimes his accent is very terrible. In that case, the email communication or the IM, the messenger communication, these are the best means which should be deployed by the employee, uh, used by the employee to communicate effectively and clearly. And there are instances, when you are not clear how to do this task. So when you are not clear how to do a particular task, it's better to do a brainstorming first in your brain, with yourself. You have to do a lot of question answering, drilling yourself. And once you are confident, okay, I have to do a given work this way, then you communicate. You should not communicate half knowledge, among your peers or to your bosses. And you should be disciplined enough, when you are committing project schedules or
or when you are uh, uh, mm, let's say your coding style should be accurate enough so that they are understandable well by others. So this means that in order to avoid workplace conflicts, so you have to, number one, adopt adequate means of communication. Number two, you should be crystal clear in your understanding of the work which you are doing. You should give proper and precise information to your counterparts. Number four, you should avoid disagreements whenever there is a disagreement. So you should, explore all the possible options where you can be in sync with your counterparts, and you should treat each other, you know, as human beings in an organization. And within a team, you should not compete. You should be in sync within the team, because as the team grows, you will grow. But when you are focusing on only yourself and you are simply sidelining your colleagues, it will lead to a conflict, and neither you will grow nor your team will grow. So the key takeaway is being crystal clear in approach. You should not compete within the team. If you are performing well, it will be automatically highlighted and you will be applauded for that. But if you are giving clear competition to all your teammates, it will lead to conflicts, because in that case, the respect for each other will be gone. Ownership will be there, but efficiency and throughput will be lost. And if that happens, your growth, your team growth, and your company's growth will be hampered. So these are the key takeaways when you want to avoid workplace conflicts. So as we discussed, so these are the things which we must avoid at workplace. First of all, when you are joining an organization, there is always given to a new employee an employee handbook. So this handbook tells the code of conduct. This handbook tells you, you know, do's or don'ts while you are working for that organization. This handbook tells you the best coding practices if you are a software engineer. So how will you code? What are the guidelines you need to follow while doing the coding, like that. And second thing is, you should be clear about, your project and the company goals. You should ask the HR about, you definitely have a right to ask the HR for the company goals, and HR should brief you about each and everything with regard to the organization, what our organization is targeting for, what is its vision, what is its mission, what project you are doing, why you are doing, is it in line with the global vision of the company, and which market sector the company will deliver its products, and what is the level of the company, and what are the expectations of the company from its employees. So, so you should be clear about your project and the company goals, and if the project and the company goals are in sync, you will be motivated. If they are not, which is definitely not the most common case, then you may not be motivated. But you must be clear what work you are doing, and you must make sure that it is in sync with the company goals. You should ask the HR at your organization for if there are mandatory education requirements for employees and supervisors on fair employment practices, including sexual harassment education within a designated period defined by the state. So this means that, so there are sometimes anti-harassment policies, there are sexual harassment policies. So there are certain trainings which you need to do when you join a new organization. And definitely your HR is the key point of contact in assigning you these trainings. So you should do those trainings, definitely. and you should talk to your HR with regard to these trainings, as I told earlier. So once you do this, so you are clear with regard to the company goals, policies, procedures, vision, mission, whatever it is. And once you're done with this, workplace conflicts will be minimized to a certain extent. And when workplace conflicts are minimized, employee absenteeism will be less. So this is what I wanted to tell you about employee absenteeism. So I will stop here, and I wish that you go through this, the first session, and tomorrow we will start with the next topic, which is definitely the employee misbehavior, and we'll take it forward from there. So Jyoti, I have finished employee absenteeism. So we'll meet tomorrow, and we'll discuss employee misbehavior. And till that time, I will log off, and I expect more attendance tomorrow, so that uh, you know uh, so everyone's participation is definitely good for proper topic understanding. And in that case, if people come tomorrow and join, so definitely the discussion will be interesting.